those. Someone else. There's Janie. Morning,
Good
Janie.
morning.
Nothing. Happy to be sitting here.
Get a little reprieve from me. No.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Where's she gonna go?
We'll fit her in if she comes. She may end up, sometimes she decides she's too late and goes to the next class. So maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. So we're on to the last of the prana vayus. Sorry, I can't see everybody right now. So for those of you who have not been here, the brief review is we have these 5 movements of energy that move through us, the 5 prana vayus, and they move in different ways in the same way that our digestive system and our respiratory and circulatory system move various things through our bodies. The prana vayus move energy through our subtle body. And so we're on to the last one. The first one, we take in prana, we receive it, then we decide what prana is. If there's excess, then we eliminate. That's the apana vayu, samana vayu. We then digest it. We decide what's useful and what information should be kept and what should be let go of. Last week we talked about vyana vayu, which is then the circulating of prana, moving the prana and the energy through the body. And then this week, the last of the vayus is udana vayu, which is about sort of self-actualization in a way. It's like, how are you going to use that prana in the highest way possible? So its movement is upward and outward, and it's related to the throat chakra, Vishuddha chakra, and its seat is in the throat. In the same way that you can sort of think about how breath moves through across the vocal cords to become sound and creates whatever sounds we make, speech and song and whatever else we do with our, however we manifest sound into the world. That happens through the throat. So it's this creative force inside of us. And so it's the way that we use the prana, which is just energy, life force energy, the way that we use the prana in exactly the way that we are meant to bring forth like our most radiant, beautiful, lovely self, in all the ways we can do that. Here's Lana. Good morning. So this morning, this vayu is about self-expression, right? The ways that you can use your unique sound and resonance to express yourself in the world. You can fold the mats over if you want, yeah, and then just squeeze in over there. So it's the vayu that moves us upwards, right? So to the high, and not that upwards is better or higher, it means better necessarily, but to those sort of higher levels of consciousness. You know, the where we are aware that we are not only this physical body that we live in. That's part of who we are, but it's not all of who we are. And so it's the reminder that that sort of upward movement where we are reminded to that our brains are not just for, you know, perseverating thoughts, which is often what they're doing, at least mine is, you know, but that we can use them for a higher purpose, right? And that it is that we're moving from the heart, the seat of, you know, our emotion and our love and our compassion and our generosity, and we're moving that upwards and outwards into the world. So yeah, it's when we access this. So again, it's not, you know, I've been saying this, but again, not everybody's been here, so I'll repeat it, that you know, these are processes that are going on just as your circulatory system and your respiratory system, your digestive system, those are all working and doing their jobs inside of you all the time. These systems of prana work in the same way. So it's not just, A, B, C, D, E in the order. And so hang on, I had a thought and I lost it. Sunday morning. So this idea is that we can, we just recognize, we turn towards these systems and understand that we have a way of working with the energy inside of us, however we experience that in a way that serves ourselves, serves humanity, then in a way that that moves us towards health and vitality and with passion and vigor. And we can use the energy, it's contained inside of us, but that we can, use it and move it into the outside world in a way that expresses ourselves in the most uplifting way to ourselves and to those around us. All right, so we'll play with this vayu in our practice this morning, particularly poses that are stimulate the throat chakra. So we'll work with the neck and the head and opening up in the throat. It's related to the element of ether or space, which is the spaciousness in which everything can arise into. Okay, close your eyes, sit up tall. Take a few breaths and just allow your awareness to shift inwards, deeper than skin, muscle, bone, organs. Connect to a feeling of energy inside of you. This vayu is related to growth on all levels. And when it's in balance, we feel confident, we feel strong, we feel able to step out of our comfort zone and to really follow our passions and our dreams without feeling held back at all. The way that we reach beyond our limitations and accept challenges for our own growth, whether that's on the yoga mat or in life. When we access Udana Vayu and that upward movement of prana, it's moving us towards the highest in ourselves. So take another few breaths and just seat your awareness in your throat, in the throat area, and create an openness there and a spaciousness there. The neck, the jaw is someplace that we often hold tension in our bodies, in the physical body. And so when we release that tension and we open up space, the udana can move more freely. So have a sense as you're breathing of moving the energy from the throat upwards to the space between the eyes, all the way up to the crown of the head. And even as you exhale, invite the energy to continue moving upwards and outwards. As you breathe in, imagine the breath rising up from the earth, through your feet, through your legs, climbing up the spine, into the throat. And as you exhale, let it release through the throat, releasing tension and just letting the energy rise upwards. Feeling your head and your neck lighter atop your spine. Let go of any sense of smallness that you feel, any sense of disconnection. Lose the self-referencing point where you are this separate being and connect to a place inside that knows its place in the universe of things, that knows its connection to each other, to nature, to the universe, to the absolute. And join your hands at your heart. So we'll begin with our chant. We do 3 ohms and then 3 times through Om Namah Shivaya. If you'd like to join, take in a deep breath. your head to your heart. And release your hands, let your eyes open. All right, we're gonna start in tabletop, hands and knees. And just start with whatever way you like to move in your tabletop. So cat and cow, or circle your hips, or shift the hips side to side. Just let it be your own gentle coming into your body, warming up, connecting to your breath, to movement. Center your awareness in the throat area, in the neck. Just notice how that space in your body is feeling this morning. This Vayu is related, as I said, to space, Akasha, which represents our pure potentiality, the openness in which everything can arise. So as you open up your body, just have that sense of potential, ripe and full of potential. All right, let's sit back into child's pose, hips to heels. Keep your arms extending out in front of you. Let your hips feel heavy to your feet. With your eyes closed, let the back of your neck soften. Let your head release down towards the mat. Keep your arms extending nice and long. And then walk your arms and your torso over to the right, keeping your left hip back and down. You can take your left hand on top of your right hand for a little bit more of a stretch under the left shoulder blade. Take one more big breath into the space between your left hip and your left ribs, your left armpit. And then walk to center and over to the left, over to the other side. Right hand can come on top of left hand for a deeper shoulder stretch. If you've got a shoulder thing happening, then keep the hands separated and wide. Direct prana, breath, life force into the right side of your waist, underneath the right shoulder blade into the right armpit. And then walk back through center. And take your hands behind your back. If you want your head to the floor and it's not quite reaching, opening up your knees might help. So you can go wider with your knees. Head to the floor, lace your fingers together behind your back. Yeah. And then with your breath, as you inhale, pulse your arms up off your hips and then let them release down towards your hips. And then inhale, lift your arms up, and exhale, let them release down. Good, you can add on to that. If your neck feels comfortable, you can roll towards the top of your head as you lift your arms, and then roll back down. If there's any question of neck pain or cervical neck challenges, then skip that rolling up to the crown of the head and just lift and lower the arms. That feels like an okay stretch for you to do. Then you can try that. Okay, next time your arms are up and you're on the top of your head, just hold there for a breath. Push your head down into the floor, resist your shoulders up and away from the floor, stretch your hands towards the ceiling. Good, exhale and release. Take your arms under your shoulders, come on back up to tabletop. Good, line up your knees under your hips. Plant your left hand, inhale, twist open to the right. Take your right arm up, your right shoulder up, twist and look up to the right. Push down into the left hand. One more breath to even turn your head up if your neck feels comfortable. And then exhale and sweep your arm under. Rest onto your shoulder and your ear. Come up on your left fingertips. Push your head down into the mat, your shoulder down into the mat, and try to level off your hips. So you're feeling the twist in your upper body, around your spine. Instead of letting your weight sort of dump into your head and your neck, feel like you're supporting yourself with your left hand and your right shoulder and the muscles in your neck. You're not dumping into your spine. Good. Press your left hand down. Take the right arm back to the right hand back down. Plant your right hand. Inhale, twist open to the left. Good. Look up. Twist open. You okay?
I wanted to see where your hips go.
Okay. 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 Exhale, sweep under. It was a very intent look you were giving me there. Sweep under. So you're trying to keep your hips level, right? They may want to skew to one side or the other. So you're trying to keep level so that the rotation is happening in the upper body. Good. Press your head down. Press your shoulder down. Press your right fingertips, your right hand down, and move the right shoulder blade back a little more. Good. Plant your right hand. Inhale, come on back up. I'm going to show you another option. We're going to do that same pose again. And then here's a few options of where you could go with it. If you've got a clip in your hair, take it out. So right arm will come down again. And then here's next step is kick the leg out to the side. So my left leg is out to the side. And then that might be enough. You could be here, kind of working that thigh bone up. And then the other option, next option is to walk your left hand behind you, roll to the back of your head, and work your left shoulder towards the floor behind you, which is a very big stretch for the neck. And again, I'm going to put that in the category of, not for everyone's neck. If your neck, if you have a sensitive neck, if you get headaches, if you have a cervical spine issue, skip that version of it, okay? But for me, that feels like a really good stretch, and so I offer it as an option. So go right arm underneath. And maybe this is just enough. Maybe where we were the first time is enough, and you're getting the stretch in your neck and the stretch in your spine, and that's good. If you feel comfortable, kick your left leg out to the left. Yep. And then just feel into your head and your neck. And again, push your head down into the floor. Don't collapse your weight down. If it feels comfortable, you can start to walk your left hand overhead and your left shoulder back behind you, rolling towards the back of your head. Yep, and the worst thing that happens is you just fall onto your side, but you're close to the floor, so it's okay. But just don't take down a row of dominoes with you if you go. Or try not to, at least. All right. Bring your knee back down, bring your hand back to the left, and come on back up. All right, good. Which arm? So, for this side, the left arm goes under. My right leg's going to kick out. And then my right hand stays on the floor, and I'm walking backwards, trying to bring my right shoulder back to the floor behind me. Mine doesn't come to the floor. I'm told eventually maybe that can happen, but I don't know. Not in my world. I don't know. Maybe that'll be my... I'm about to turn 50. Maybe that'll be my 60s. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's it, you guys. So again, trying to keep the hips really level. Work your right leg, kicking out to the right. Yep. Work that top shoulder behind you. Keep it in your comfort zone. As I always say, you just get off the bus at your stop, wherever that stop is. Yeah, Nancy, that's it, like that. Okay. Dizzy? Oh, cramp in your leg? Yeah. All right. Okay, bring your right hand back under you. Come on back up. All right, lift up into downward facing dog. Yeah. And then take this first dog, or maybe it's not your first dog of the day, but first dog of the class. Yeah, to do some dog warm-ups, pedal your feet, shift your hips, all the things we like to do in our dog to warm up. And then think about your head and your neck here. So we're warming up the legs, that's okay. Get those feeling a little open so that they can support your upper body. But then make your legs steady and strong. Even if your knees are bent a little bit, that's okay, but make your legs steady. Come to stillness. Make your arms strong now. And feel like you're pulling energy up your arms into your heart center. And then from your heart center, sending energy all the way through the crown of the head so your neck feels really long. We tend to let our head collapse when we're in dog pose. We look down at the feet. So bring your ears between your upper arms and extend your neck a little bit longer. All right, good. Inhale, come forward to plank. You can always drop your knees if you need to. And then we're going to meet together on the belly. So however you want to get there, lower to your belly. Good. And then stretch your arms out in front of you. Can you get there, Susan? Yes. You can leave a little room to scoot back if you need to. Okay. Arms out in front of you. Yep. Hands can go a little bit wide. So there's space for the shoulders. Go thumbs up, pinkies down. Good, and then let's just get the back muscles a little awake here. So on your next inhale, lift your right leg and your left arm and your head. Good, don't crank your chin forward, keep the back of your neck long. Exhale, release that down, and then go to the other side. So inhale, right arm and left leg. Good, and then just side to side a few times here, lifting opposite arm and leg together, waking up the back muscles. And for this first sort of warm up that we're doing, think about extension, stretching the arm and the leg longer, not so much about how high you're lifting up, but of lengthening so that you're making space into the shoulder, into the hip. Finish with your second side. Okay, good. And then rest your head on your hands, bend up your knees, windshield wiper your legs a few times, keeping your pelvis fairly steady and just getting the thigh bones to rotate in the hip socket. All right, good. And then bring your legs back down to the mat. Bring them a little closer together. They don't have to be together, but hug them in towards each other. And tone the muscles of your legs. Press your knees down gently. And draw your tailbone towards the floor. And then stretch your arms out into a T. Again, you might have to coordinate with a neighbor, but stretch out into a T. Yeah, straight out to the sides. So try to get your arms straight out from your shoulders. Just coordinate from your neighbors. So bring your hands up farther, Nancy. Yeah, maybe scoot back a little bit. Yeah, just coordinate with your neighbor. That's it. Good. Stretch your arms out long. Okay, now you're going to bend up your right elbow, and you're going to roll using your right hand to press to the floor. You're going to roll onto your left side. Your head can be up or down. You can even put your head on a block here. You can stack your feet, or you can step your right foot behind you. You shouldn't feel any pinching in your shoulder here. If you're feeling pinching in your shoulder, bring your hand closer to your body. That'll help mitigate that a little bit. But it's just feel like a stretch in your chest and in the front of your arm. That's it. Try to keep your neck in a neutral position. Yeah, and keep reaching out through the left arm. One more breath. Roll back to your belly. Good, and then just coordinate with your neighbor. Shift to the other side. So right arm stays out straight. Bend up your left elbow, roll to your right. Yeah. Head up or down, head on a block works, head on a pillow if you're home. Grab a pillow, that's nice. Good. Keep reaching, extending out through your right arm, pushing into your left hand as you roll to the front of the shoulder. Feel a stretch maybe in your neck a little bit, as well as the shoulder and the upper chest. All right, good. Roll back to the belly. Okay, now take your hands out to the sides with elbows up for a gecko cobra. Make your legs long and strong. Tone your glutes. Tone your belly gently. Then lift your head in line with your spine. Notice what your tendency is. Some of us tend to reach forward with the chin. Some of us tend to keep the head dropping down. So see if you can take your head in line with your spine so that the front and the back of the neck are both lengthening. And then draw from your fingers up into your heart. And draw from your heart up into your throat. Press into your fingers and start to lift up. Your head is just coming along for the ride here. Let energy rise up from your heart to your throat, from your throat to the crown of your head. Good. Exhale and lower down. And then just do a couple of push-ups like that and just have this sense of moving from your shoulders so the whole shoulder girdle lifts and your head is just coming along for the ride. You're not cranking into the back of your neck. You're keeping the back of the neck long. You're opening up the front of the throat, moving your throat back, your ears back a little bit. Just opening up the heart space. Udana is all about opening up to expression of what our soul longs for, what we have passion for in our lives, what our hearts desire. And so when we open up the heart, the throat space, we're opening up space for that to arise. One more gentle lift. Good, and then exhale and release. Rest your head on your hands. We're going to take a gentle thigh stretch here so you can keep your head on your left hand. Reach back with your right hand for your right foot. Hug your right heel to your butt. Flare out your toes. That's it. If you need a strap, you can put a strap around your foot. You can also hold pants. Pants is a good prop, a good yoga prop. Good. Root your thigh bone down to the floor. So if you lifted the thigh bone up and you rolled a little bit left to find your foot, just roll back to your belly. And then hug your heel a little bit closer, maybe even going towards the outer hip if your knee is closed and feels comfortable doing that. And then draw your tailbone towards the floor a little bit more And tone your low belly a little bit more. And stretch your left leg a little longer. Good, release your right foot. Switch sides, rest your head on your right hand, bend up your left knee. Find your foot behind you. Spread out your toes. So we're going to move into some back bends in the practice today. Back bends, especially these ones on the belly, are said to stimulate Udana Vayu. So we'll be here on the belly a little bit. Hug the heel, flare the toes. One more breath. Good. Exhale. And release. And press up to downward facing dog. All right. Step or hop forward to the top of your mat, Uttanasana. And then lengthen your spine and come on up. Reach up and stretch up tall. Good. Exhale. And release your arms. Okay, so I just want to talk about head and neck alignment for a moment while we're standing. So many of us tend to stand with our shoulders forward and then the head comes forward, right? We get that head forward. I always get this one. I always get the chin up because I'm trying to be taller because I'm short. Either one of those is not great, right? So build from the bottom up. Come to Tadasana, make your legs steady and strong. Lengthen up through your spine, and then work to square your shoulders with the base of your neck. So our shoulders tend to slope down a little bit. So as you breathe in, just feel a length and a space come into the side body. And then draw your shoulders back, and then just tip your head like you're doing a very slow nod, yes. Feel how the back of the neck crunches when you look up, and the front of the neck crunches when you look down. And just land into the middle where your chin is parallel to the floor, and the skin on the front of the neck and the back of the neck is just flowing evenly. And then just try to have a sense if your head is jutting forward, draw your throat back, your ears back, as if you were like pushing in a drawer. That's Chaya's analogy that works really well. If you think of like your head pushing back, like the drawer going into the dresser. And then just feel how lining up in that way creates a clearer channel, conduit for energy to flow upwards from the throat up to those higher regions in the mind. Inhale, circle your arms to the sky. Notice what happens to your head as you circle up. And then as you exhale and fold forward, again, the head just comes along for the ride. Hinge from your hips. Take your hands down. And then you can let your head hang, but again, it's not just a collapse. There's a sort of intentional extension from your throat to the crown of your head reaching towards the floor. Inhale, come up halfway again. Shoulders lift, lengthen the front and the back of the neck evenly, and then exhale and fold. Plant your hands, walk back, downward facing dog. Good. And then see where your head lands again in your dog pose. See if you can have your head between your upper arms. We tend to let the head drop in our dog pose, so keep the neck long. Then narrow your stance, lift up your right leg and twist open to the right. Keep your left knee pointing straight ahead, your left hip drawing back, but lift your right knee higher. And then turn your head, look under your right arm or over your arm, wherever your head lands there. Keep your left hip, both hips lifting up high. Good, and then big step forward into lunge pose. Bring your foot up between your hands. That's it. Now keep your spine long. Take your hands to your hips. And just feel the extension from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. Make the connection of the spine. Then bring your torso upright. Shoulders back. Throat back. Ears back. Good. Now arms up. Hug your upper arms in towards your ears. Even if they're out wide, just hug them in a little bit. And then move the whole thing back. Shoulders, head, and neck. Yes, open up the heart. Beautiful, you guys. We're going to open to warrior two here. So spin down your left heel, heel toe the right foot over so it lines up with the instep of your left foot, and then bend into your right knee for Virabhadrasana 2. Make sure the left toes are turning in, arms are stretched out to the sides. Yeah, then look forward, bring your nose right over your breastbone. Yeah, so you're looking towards the windows if you're in the room, look towards the windows. Good. Now line up your head over your spine, throat back, ears back, heart open. Keep all that, then just turn your head over your right fingers. So Susan T, arms out to the sides like this. There you go. That's it. Gaze towards your fingers. One more breath here. Then Parshvakonasana. So you can go forearm to your thigh or hand to the floor outside the foot, left arm over your ear. Good. The tendency here is the left ear likes to drop towards, oh no, it's the right. That's the right. I said the right one. Right ear towards the right shoulder. So keep your head in line with your spine. Keep your head lifting up to your top arm. Hug your top arm down. And now turn your belly a little more from right to left, looking up underneath your armpit. And of course, if that bothers your neck, just look forward. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Keep that clear channel of energy for Udana to rise up to the crown of the head. All right, good. Release your hand. Step back, downward facing dog. Good. You can hold in your dog pose. You can always take a rest, or you can come through a vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, into back bend, and then back to down dog. Step or hop forward, Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine, rise up with your breath. Come back to Tadasana. Once again, lining up the head and the neck, creating that open channel for Udana. And as you breathe, feel a sense of lifting up. Feel a sense, it's said that the energy goes up and over the back of the head. So there's like this lift here at the base of the skull. It's almost like a cobra hood at the back of your head. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, from your hips, hinge and fold. Inhale and lengthen. And as you exhale and fold, try to keep your head in line with your spine as best you can. And then step your left foot back, lunge. Make your legs steady, strong, firm. Take your hands to your hips. Sorry, switch legs. What did I say? Wow, I really had no idea. Wait, and we didn't do the split. Correct. We didn't do dog split. Okay, go back to dog. We were going to be lopsided, you guys. We can't do it. Left leg up, twist open. All right, we'll get it. Now I'm on board. I got it. Okay. So right knee is pointing straight ahead, right hip drawing back. Yes, good. Then left knee lifts and twists. Yes. Good. Okay, now big step forward. All right, we got it. That's it. Left foot forward. Now we got it. Lunge. I really had absolutely no idea that was going on. Pull up through your legs, hands to your hips. Lift your shoulders, lift your elbows, lengthen the neck front to back, and then bring the whole thing upright as one unit. That's it. And then arms up, shoulders back, armpits back, head back, lean the whole thing back. That's it. Let energy flow upwards and outwards. The energy that is you, that is your own life force, out into the world. Good. Drop your back heel, open your arms into warrior two. That's it. Sit into the left knee, pull the left heel towards the left sit bone. Good. If you want to do that little action of bringing the gaze forward to line up the neck and then turning the head again, if that's helpful, do that. If not, skip it. But line up the throat so that there's this clear line of energy up from the feet as you breathe in, and then out through the throat, the neck, the crown of the head as you breathe out. Parshvakonasana, forearm to thigh or hand to floor. Right arm over your ear. Good. Lift your right ear up towards your arm as you hug your right arm down towards your ear. And then turn in your belly from left to right. Take one more breath, letting energy flow out, extend out, all the way to the tips of the fingers, crown of the head. Good. Release your hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Hold here or come through a flow. Find your way forward to Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine and rise up with your breath. And exhale, release your arms. right, we're gonna go through a little round of Surya Namaskar B. So stay with me. Breathe in, sweep arms up. Chair pose, hips back. Take your arms as wide as you need to in chair pose so that your head can be in line with your arms. So if your arms are up and it's forcing your head forward or letting your chin collapse, go wider with your hands so that the ears and the arms can be in line. Good, and then sit a little deeper into your hips. Good, on your next exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Lower through Chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog, which is pelvis off the floor as well. Arms straight, shoulders back. Whichever back bend you're doing, shoulders back. Exhale, dog. On your next inhale, step your right foot into warrior one pose. Spin down your left heel. Good, and then come up the same way we did in lunge. So bring your head up in line with your spine. We're gonna take hands behind the head for this one. You can lace your fingers or you can just rest the fingertips at the back of the head. So Susan, you can put your heel down, the back heel down. There you go. And bend into the front knee. Good. Now squeeze your shoulders back. Lengthen from hips to armpits. Then use your hands to lengthen the back of your neck. So lift, but curl back at the same time. Lift and curl back. Bend into your front knee. That's it. Stay there or stretch your arms straight up next to your ears. Full stretch into warrior one. Letting energy rise from your heart to the crown of your head. Good. Exhale, release your hands down. Step to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale to back bend. Exhale to dog. Left foot warrior one. Step up with the left foot, spin down your right heel. The heel comes down to the mat for this one. Bend into your left knee. Fingertips behind your head. Good. Turn your hips to face forward, the front of your mat. So that left hip, your right hip is not open to the right. You're wrapping it around. Good. Lengthen up out of your pelvis. Hug your armpits back, shoulders back. Lengthen your neck, lean back. And then either just stay there using the hands for support or stretch your arms out. Good. Move your heart in front of your head. Our most actualized, self-actualized energy comes from the heart. It comes from love. It comes from self-love. Let it just radiate upwards. Good. Exhale, hands down. Plank, chaturanga, back bend. Back to dog. Step or hop forward, Uttanasana. Chair pose, bend your knees, arms up, hips back. Good, push through your feet, come on all the way up. And exhale, release your arms. Okay, we're gonna do a little chest opener using the blocks here. So grab your blocks. I'll show some options. Here's one setup. I'll give you the sort of most dramatic. Now look, I'm not back here at the top of my mat. I'm more towards the middle. I want mat this way. And then I'm going to lay my shoulder blades over the block in a way that my head can rest, the base of my skull can rest on the block. Now, blocks are not one size fits all, so if your head doesn't reach there, you can put another block underneath your head. You want your head resting on something, not hanging out. So find your way there. If that's too high, you can go lower with the block. If it's too pokey, these are hard blocks here, so you can put a blanket over it if it feels like it's too intense in your upper back. Yeah, you want it between your shoulder blades. Between your shoulder blades. Yeah, you can put a blanket over it, you can take it lower. I know, it's intense. And your head is resting on the block, on a block, the same one your shoulders are on, or a second block. Yeah. Okay, now, I think we've all got it. Yeah, put some padding on it if you need to. It's a little, Susan, you want to move it lower, so scoot your body back. That way, so it's lower. And if that's too intense, make the block lower. Okay, reach your arms to the ceiling. And then pull energy from your fingers down your arms into your shoulder blades, pull your shoulder blades into your block. And then inhale and keep that action of squeezing and stretch your arms up overhead. Keep your belly toned. Keep your abdominals working. Good. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Squeeze the block. Stretch up overhead. Do one more like that. Reach up overhead. Now lift your hips and hold your mat. Find your mat above your head. That's why you needed mat there. And then pull. Let your hips come back down and pull your mat like you're trying to pull your mat from underneath your blocks. Yeah, that's why you needed mat overhead. Yeah. So, yeah. If you're not in the right position, just let your arms come by your sides. It's fine. Yeah. If your mat is too close to the blocks, you're not going to be able to hold it. That's why you needed mat. That's why I said set up in the middle. Yeah, so that you have some mat overhead. But if that doesn't work, just reach your arms up overhead. Good. Let your hips come back down. Let your shoulders squeeze into the block. Uh-huh. Cindy, you look confused. Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't leave enough mat overhead, you're not going to be able to reach it because it's going to be too close. You want the arms to be pretty straight here. Okay. Let go if you're holding your mat. Bring your arms by your sides. Good. And then get your elbows underneath you. Push into your elbows to bring yourself up. Woo! Okay. Set the block or blocks to the side. Swing your legs around. So that's a thoracic spine opener. You know, our thoracic spine has a kyphosis to it. It curves outwards, and it's supposed to, and we want it to, but it tends to get overly kyphotic. So that's just a way of bringing some space into the thoracic area. Okay. Come to tabletop. We're going to do a low lunge. So you could use your blocks for this also. So right foot forward between your hands for Anjaneyasana. That's it. Now, hopefully the legs feel pretty warm. You can go into a long stand. So bring your left knee back as far as it feels reasonable for you to bring it back. Good. Then take your hands to your front thigh. Pull up from your feet. Draw energy as you breathe in. Draw energy all the way up into the throat. Square your shoulders with your neck. Inhale your arms to the sky. Resist your left thigh bone back, the top of your left thigh bone, but pull your right heel towards your right sit bone until you feel a stretch into the hip flexor in the back leg. Yeah. Good. Hug your arms to your ears. Take the whole of your shoulder girdle, head, neck back. And just let energy flow from your heart through your throat up to the crown of your head. Good. Drop your hands back to your front knee. We're going to go into a thigh stretch. If you're getting a dramatic thigh stretch where you are, you're just going to hang out here, and that's fine. If it's available to you, bend up your back knee. Catch your left foot with your left hand. Yeah, pad under that knee as needed. And try to shift your weight forward a little bit so you're not right on the kneecap, but you're on like the meaty part in front of your kneecap in your back leg, and that sometimes helps. Good. Resist your front ribs to your back ribs. Then shoulders back, throat back, ears back. Hug your heel to your butt. Take one more breath. Good. Release that foot. Nice. Lift up and switch your feet. You can step switch or hop switch. You can go to table and take a minute and then switch your feet, however you got to do it. Again, come to a long stand. So the back knee, your right knee is behind your pelvis. It's not stacked. It's not hips over knee. You want your hips in front of your back knee. Good. Breathe in and lengthen through the whole of your torso. Roll your shoulders back. Draw your throat back, ears back, arms up. Hug your arms to your ears. And then shoulder blades, collarbones, throat, ears, head, everything moves back together. That's it. Bring your hands back to your front thigh. If you're getting the stretch here, just hang out here. It's totally fine. The whole idea is we get a stretch. It doesn't matter what the outer form of the pose looks like. It's just that we want that opening into the right hip flexor. Hug your heel towards your butt. Root your tailbone down. Good. Keep your shoulders back, throat back, ears back. Hug your heel in. Maybe pull your left heel towards your left sit bone a little more. Take one more breath. Keep letting energy rise up. You can use that sense of udana. Good. Exhale, especially as we come into these contracted poses, to feel a lift of energy rather than a descent. Okie dokie. Back to downward facing dog. One more vinyasa moment here, if you like. All right, and then walk yourself forward. And we're going to come down to seated. If you want to do the hands-free version, reach your arms out in front. If your knees will cooperate, not all knees cooperate with this one. And then you drop down onto your bottom. Good, let's go feet up. Not doing a lot of core in this class. Here's your moment, your one core moment here. Breathe. Yep, knees can stay bent, shoulders back, spine long. Okay, good. Then let your feet come down. Let your hands come down behind you. We're going to come to Purvottanasana. So if you've got a shoulder story going on, turn your fingers out, facing towards the long edge of the mat. If your shoulders feel comfortable pointing in towards your hips, you can point your fingers forward. And make your pointer fingers parallel to one another behind you. Yeah. Bend your elbows a little. Squeeze your elbows in. Good. Now lengthen your neck. Notice your chin might want to be hugging towards your chest, or you might be letting your head drop back. So feel a length. Remember when we were standing in Tadasana? We take the crease out of the front and the back of the neck. All right, now push to your feet, lift your hips, and keeping your neck long, press your chest above your head if you can. Not easy, not easy. Yeah, that's it, that's it, that's it. Have this sense that your chest, your heart is lifting up. It's like we're opening up that channel. We're connecting to the heart space, transformation, enlightenment. That's where it comes from the heart. Okay, slowly lower the hips. We're going to do one more. You could do same thing with knees bent, or you could do the straight leg version. Yeah, if you're doing the straight leg version, you're trying to get your toes to the floor. Mine don't come to the floor, but you're reaching your toes towards the floor. Flare out your toes. Press the big toes together if your legs are straight. Good. Firm your legs. Roll your shoulders back. Good. Neck long. Lift your hips. Push down into the pointer and thumb of your hand and lift your armpits up. Lift your breastbone up. Keep your neck nice and long. I wish I could tell you that biting your lip would help, but it won't. So let go of your lip and breathe deeply. Okay, slowly lower your hips down. Fold your legs. Good, and just walk your hands out in front. Let your head release down. So it's not that we don't want the head to go back or the head to go forward. We do want those things. We want the muscles in the shoulders and the neck to stretch and to be pliable. But we want to move from that place of alignment first. Right? We want to line it up first, and then whichever way the neck is curving, then we're staying closer to our alignment, where that channel stays open for Dana Vayu to rise up. Okay.
The last pose, the head stays in line with the spine.
Right, so it's going to go back a little bit. I'm going to show this version. So it's going to go back a little bit, but what we don't want is this, right? Which is what you see a lot in that pose, where the shoulders are sort of collapsed forward and the head is collapsed back. So it is a curve, like the head is going back. My head is going back, and there is a curve in my neck, but it's not this, collapse of the head back. That's all. All right, come lay to your back. Bridge pose. Take your feet parallel. Bend up your elbows and bring the backs of your arms. So make little T-Rex arms next to you. Yep. And then bring your elbows in close. And remember the block underneath your shoulder blades, pretend it's still there. So squeeze your outer shoulder blades in as if the block was still there. Press the tops of your shoulders down. And then feel what part of your head is on the floor. So if you're more towards the top of your head, see if you can bring your chin. It's not that you want your chin to your chest. You want a space there, but you want the center of the back of the head on the floor. So if that's not happening, you can also put a blanket behind your head. Okay, then keeping your head, shoulders pressing down, lift your hips up. Lift your outer hips faster than your inner thighs. The legs squeeze in towards each other. Good. You can keep your arms like this if this feels helpful and supportive, or you can lace your fingers together underneath you, behind your back. Press your fist into the floor. So as your hips came up, just feel what happened in your head and your neck and try to keep that length. So there's a space between chest and chin, but the chest is rising up towards the chin. And just have a sense of where that feels even. Open up that clear channel, letting the awareness rise up. Get that sense of moving energy up. It's, again, this reminder that we can use our brains, our minds, our thoughts for the highest purposes. All right, release your hands and release your hips. Do a couple of windshield wipers. We're going to do one more back bend. If Urdhva Dhanurasana is in your practice, wheel pose, we'll do a wheel. If it is not in your practice, then you just do another bridge pose. I'm going to talk you into wheel, but if you're staying at bridge, you just stay at bridge, which is the pose we just did. Okay, so feet parallel. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders, fingertips pointing down towards your hips. Yeah, and you can go wide with your hands here. Again, if there's a shoulder story going on, going wider with the hands. If there's a low back story, going wider with the feet is helpful. All right, but anchor yourself. Press your feet and your hands down. Ground yourself in this worldly existence. Pressing your feet and hands down, lift your hips up, and then come up to the crown of your head and plug your shoulders back. And then push to the floor, lift your head. Press your arms as straight as you can. Continue to draw energy up into your heart. And then move the energy from your heart through your head. Yes, all the way to the crown of the head. That's it. Slowly lower down. Nice, you guys. Very good. And rest. Take a couple windshield wipers. Okay. Roll to your side. We're going to do shoulder stand. So I'm going to ask everybody to have a couple of blankets for this. If you don't have blankets, come get yourself another blanket. You need two, so let's do that first. Grab 2 blankets. Yeah, hopefully you have something you can use. You want to keep that space in the back of the neck. That's what the blankets are for. And if shoulder stand is not in your practice and this is not a pose that's a good pose for you to do, I'll show you an alternative in a minute, but let's get into this one first. Okay, Alyssa will show you if you're not doing shoulder stand. This is but she's going to come into bridge first and then put the block underneath instead of laying down over it like that. Yeah, so this is your pose if you're not doing shoulder stand. Okay, hips on a block. So if you're doing shoulder stand, stay with me. Here's your setup. 2 blankets stacked. You can fold your mat from the bottom up so you have a sticky surface for your elbows. You want your head to be here, so you want mat underneath your head. But if you like that sticky surface for your arms, you can fold the blanket over the mat over the blankets. Okay, if you know what you're doing and you want to go up, it's fine. If you need the tutorial, you can even come closer and watch. Stay with me. If you know what you're doing, go for it. It's fine. Okay, so I'm staying head on the floor, shoulders on the mat, on the blankets, so that I'm keeping this curve. Again, we want to keep that channel open for Udana to rise up. We want to keep a spaciousness, and we don't want it to be neck stand. We want it to be shoulder stand. So I'm here. I'm doing the same thing I did in bridge. I'm pushing my head and my shoulders down. You can go into plow, or you can just pull your knees up. I like plow. And then you can bring your hands to your low back, and then the legs come up. And you work to bring your hands up your back. So there's a space in the back of my neck. There is a flow of energy up from the earth into my throat, back down through the crown of the head, up to my feet. That's the pose. I'll come around and help. I will put this again in the category of not necessarily for everybody. If this is not a good situation for your neck, for your shoulders, come into a bridge, put your hips on the block, and stretch your legs up. Yeah, you could use the post there, Nancy. That's good. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good. That's it. Okay, now, Mina, try to stretch your legs up. There you go. That's it. That's it. Use your hands to support your back. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Susan. Yep. All right, everybody looks good. Yeah, Risha, I would just stay there. Just stay right there. Just keep your legs lifting up. Yep. You can keep your arms by your sides. All right, so we try to hold, we stay in this pose for a few breaths. This is a pose that stimulates the throat chakra, balances Vishuddha chakra. Bridge does also, so even if you're just in a bridge, then you're getting the same effect. But just have this sense of drawing energy as you press your head to the earth, drawing energy up into your heart, and then sending that flow up to your feet. If you can stay for another few breaths, stay for another few breaths. When you're ready to come down, use your abdominals. You take your legs overhead and slowly use the abdominals to lower your hips back down. If your hips are on a block, you lower your feet, lift your hips, slide your block out. Good, and then let your back roll to the floor. Yeah. Okay, now stay on your blanket. Stay there for a moment, and you're just going to walk yourself backwards on your mat until your hips are on the blanket, but your low back is off. So you're walking yourself backwards. Yep, stay on your back. When we do an inversion, it's really good to not come up super quickly. You let all the energy settle. You don't want to just reverse that. So give yourself time. Take a few breaths here. Hips on the blankets, low back off. And then continue to walk yourself back until your hips come off the blanket, and you can just kind of shove them off to the side and open your mat back up. We're going to come to the counter pose, Matsyasana, fish pose. So stretch out onto your back. Just take a moment and extend your arms. Bless you. Extend your arms overhead. Extend your legs out long. And then bring your elbows again by your sides and prop yourself up onto your elbows. Lift your head and your shoulders up and look towards your feet. That's it. Yeah, so you're up. So like be up on your forearms like that. That's it. Good. Now squeeze your elbows in, squeeze your legs together. Lift up. Blossom your heart open. And then extend your head back. So don't just let it drop. Let it extend back. Walk your elbows towards your hips. Let the crown of your head come to the floor. Push your elbows down. It can be very light on your head here. You want your arms and your shoulders to be doing most of the work. Let your legs do some of the work. Anchor your pelvis and your hips. Feel how your heart space, your throat is open, the heart is up above the head. You're just letting energy, prana, flow from your throat up to the crown of the head that you feel on the floor. As you do that, connect to an upward expansive energy. Connect to an energy that helps you to see a wider field, to have insights, to have revelations, to be able to move the energy in a way that is self-actualizing. To come out, press your elbows down, look to your feet, and then roll yourself onto your back. Bend up your knees. Cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Flare out the toes and line up your ankle so that the right foot is participating in the pose. And then press your right knee towards the front edge of your mat, and at the same time lift your left foot off the floor. We're not going to hold the leg yet, just do legs first. I like letting the legs do the work for a moment. So you're pulling in with your left knee, you're pressing away with your right knee. You're relaxed through your shoulders, your head, your neck. Then you're going to thread your arms through. Right arm comes between the legs, left hand goes around the side, and now pull the left leg in and keep pressing the right knee away. Have a sense of your neck lined up even here. So if your neck feels out of alignment, if your chin is lifting way up as you lay on the floor, put a blanket under your head. You want to make sure that you keep that channel from throat to crown open so that this flow, this Udana flow, can move upwards. Okay, now release your left foot back down to the floor. Cross your right knee over your right ankle for Supta Gomukhasana. So knee over, sorry, not knee over ankle, knee over knee. Right knee over left knee, so your legs are together. Good, lift your feet back up, and then lift your head and shoulders. Catch your ankles with your hands. And instead of pulling your heels towards your butt, lift your feet up in line with your knees. Yes. And then pull it opposite directions. So pull your left leg to the right and your right leg to the left. And then pull your feet towards your shoulders, not towards your butt. Pull them in. Yeah. If your butt comes off the floor, that's okay. You should feel a deep stretch into those, into the external rotators in your hips, those deep external rotators. And the more you pull away, the feet away from each other and down towards your shoulders, the more you're going to feel that sensation. Okay, release and uncross. And just do a couple windshield wipers. And then left ankle on top of right knee. Flex your foot. Line up your left ankle. Lift up your right foot. Again, don't hold yet, just use your legs. Pull your right knee in, press your left knee away. Let your legs do the work. Right knee is bent here, so you're pulling in with that right knee. Yeah, that's it. Good, and then thread your arms through. Catch your right leg. You can hold behind your thigh or in front of your shin. At the same time, press your left knee away from your shoulder as you're pulling in. Stay relaxed in your jaw, your face, your eyes. Stay relaxed in your shoulders and your neck so that as you're breathing, the energy is being allowed to rise upwards and outwards. Have a sense of the energy moving from your throat up to the space between your eyes, up to the crown of your head. Drop your right foot down again, cross the left knee over. Good, then lift up. You can lift your head to find your feet. Hold your ankles. Feet are a little active here. Heels in line with knees, so don't pull the feet down. Pull the right leg to the left leg to the right. Pull your feet towards your shoulders. Good. Head can be on the floor, just relax. Shoulders as relaxed as you can, even though the arms are working here. Even though the breath is a little restricted with the knees into the belly, expand the breath into the sides and into the back. On your next exhale, release your ankles, release your feet. Take a little windshield wiper. Good, and then extend your legs out for Shavasana. Extend your legs and your arms. Stretch your body out in space in a way that feels like you can make space inside your body. As you relax your arms, your legs, your hips, your torso, bring your awareness again to your throat. Drop your tongue down into the bottom of the mouth and just feel an openness inside the mouth and the back of the throat. Just feel like the sinuses could open up a little more. Feel the breath smoothly flowing in and out. Settle your awareness into your head. Using your awareness to create a spaciousness and an openness there. An open-mindedness. And also just a sense of spaciousness in terms of between thoughts. Let space open up. Let prana flow into that space that you're creating. Just let yourself rest in that awareness. Gently let your breath deepen. Just keeping your awareness turned inside. We're going to make our way to seated, and we're going to end with a seated meditation. So as you feel ready, bend up your knees. Find your way to seated. Take blankets or a block or anything you need to sit on to feel supported. If you need blocks under your knees, you can support your knees with blocks. We're going to do the Hamsa mantra with Udana mudra in the hands. So the hands come to this mudra. Pointer, middle, ring finger touch the thumb, and the pinky extends out. Let me just hold that mudra in the hands. We rest in the lap. This is the mudra that balances and stimulates Udana Vayu. We're going to do the Hamsa mantra. Hamsa means I am that. It's an affirmation of our oneness, our universal consciousness. We use this mantra to fuel consciousness to awaken to herself within us. So as you sit tall, draw your awareness inwards. Draw from legs, feet, hips, thighs, pelvis, upwards. Draw in from fingers, arms, elbows, shoulders. Drawing awareness and prana upwards in the body. Soften the skin of your face and draw sight inwards, hearing inwards, taste inwards, brain inwards. Let the breath draw you more deeply to a place of inner stillness. Feel the energy from the throat rising up to the crown of the head. And now with the inhale, say to yourself silently, hum. And with the exhale, silently, sa. Inhale, hum. Exhale, sa. Hum, sa. Keep going with each inhale and exhale, repeating the mantra. Hum, sa. Inhale, I am. Exhale, that. If your mind wanders off, just come back to the mantra, hum, sa. Now release the mantra. Let yourself be supported, suspended, held by the essence of the sacred words. Letting your individual awareness merge into universal awareness. Gently draw your hands together now into Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. As you move into the rest of your day, continue to focus your awareness on that energy that moves from the heart, expressing sound and vibration, this wave of consciousness up through the throat, to the space between the eyes, to the crown of the head. As we focus and concentrate our awareness on this Udana Vayu, we feel connected, balanced, powerful. We stand tall with integrity. So may it be so for each of us as we move into the rest of the day. And with reverence for each other, for yourself, for all beings everywhere, let's chant one Om together. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. I have the chart of the Vayus here. If you haven't taken one and you want one, those are here. Also, the flyer for the Kripalu retreat that I'm leading in June. If you want to come to Kripalu, grab your phone, scan the QR code. What else do we have going on? We have a YouTube channel that's building, YouTube Shorts. Subscribe to our channel. We have a pop-up slow stretch. Oh, with me, if you're not sick of me yet, because I'm subbing a bazillion classes right now. Come again tomorrow morning, tomorrow night. Slow stretch tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye, Janie.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome. Bye. Okay.